I hate to break the fishing news after Ramchuck, but I'd like to speak about the ice hockey.
Congratulations, you're one of the 13 listeners of the Real Life Podcast.
We just traded a migraine in for like an orgasm.
Might want to mark that down. Yep.
All of my projects are on schedule until they're not.
A member of the Nation Network of Podcasts.
About as funny as we're going to get today.
The only thing better than a Thursday with the Real Life Podcast is a fresh bag of Wilhauk beef jerky, but we'll get there. Bag milk, Wanye, Liam, Kennedy.
Do we have
Wilhauk
beef jerky?
I think I might have some tonight. I gotta go to Calgary. So I might, you gotta drive through Leduc to get to
that's
Calgary.
A one bagger easy.
Yeah, so I might stop on the way
It's a good
there.
road trip.
That's probably a 2-bag.
Yeah.
That's a 2-bag road trip.
No mess to clean up. If you were to drop it, you can still eat it. It doesn't.
Well, I would just eat it off the floor. Yeah,
Unbelievable.
it's
So
too good not to eat off the floor.
It is floor eating good at Wilhauk beef jerky.
Yes,
Put that
but
on my
preferably
mama.
just eat it from your hands if you can.
If you can.
Hey,
if
life
they say,
happens.
do you want a bag? You say yes.
Life happens. Man.
Yes.
Let's talk about this bag thing because I eat most of my meals via drive-through because I'm a man on the go.
I do that.
You're always
too.
going places.
I'm going places. I got nowhere I got to move, right?
Mhm.
So they say, hey, do you want a bag? And I'm thinking to myself, are paper bags at fast food places that biodegrade instantly when they get wet really the problem that required a tax?
Or the paper, or those paper
yeah.
straws that like disintegrate in your
After
drink.
one sip? But like McDonald's bags, have you ever got one wet?
Yeah.
Yeah, they go to
Horrendous.
shit in a New York minute.
Mhm.
So like the landfills aren't filled with McDonald's paper bags that compost in a matter of seconds.
They just become nothing.
So what the hell are we doing making this a thing? And now, remember when they weren't allowed to touch your food and stuff because of COVID? Now they're just like handing you your fries
Yeah.
hand to hand. I'm like, what the
Wait,
hell?
It's just-
do I pay for a McDonald's bag when I
Yeah, 15
Yeah.
cents now.
really?
Yeah.
They got to ask you.
I
though.
never knew that. They started asking me. And
This
I just say
morning.
no because I don't need one.
Yeah.
This
I did not
morning-
know I was
It's a
paying.
tax.
Yeah.
It's
This
a
morning
city
I
thing.
went to go get a drink and the girl literally asked me, do you want a straw? And I was like, I literally got a drink. Yes, I want a straw.
Yeah.
This is outrageous.
Yeah.
Wait, am I paying for a straw too?
No, but they have to ask, do you want utensils?
Let's say they said, okay, plastic straws I can see accumulating in a landfill.
Sure.
And the average straw lasts like 90,000 years or something. Okay.
Mhm.
But paper bags
Yeah.
are not the problem.
I went to a concert last night, so I just a quick McDouble on the way.
You got to.
But it was weird because it was my first time in a drive-through with this rule.
Oh, wow. You're an occasional visitor, we call you in the food industry.
Yeah. So she goes, "Do you want a bag?" And I was like, "Huh? No." But then when I get to the window, it was very odd, like
Yeah.
single placing in my hand.
Or they put it on a tray and give it to you, and then they go and take the next order and put it on a tray and the next order. So there was like a fry that wasn't part of my order that was sitting on the thing.
That's a tax for Wanye.
Did you take it?
No, not in these times.
I saw some guy on Twitter posted, he was like, no bag system now. And he was like, damn, so my Wendy's is in a Sobeys like reusable bag.
That's what you do. That also chaps me.
Ew.
So
I did like the bit that Ryder and Lisa did on Play 107 where they made a bet of some kind and then Ryder had to go through with a fishing net. I think that's a good move.
So
like
I recently in the last couple of months had an issue with the straw system we're running here in Canada.
Yep.
I said abolish paper straws.
Yep.
A lot of support on that one. Because you can't have a Slurpee with a damn paper straw.
And no spoons on them now.
Oh, it's ridiculous. So a few weeks later, I won't dox this girl where I got my supply from. But it's the same place I go every Wednesday for cheesecake. So
They
you
still
can-
have plastic straws.
Yes. So I said to her,
Because they ordered in 1998 for 700 years at the height of their peak power.
They say on it when you now have to, they don't put it in for you, you just bring them. And it says on them like 100% biodegradable or whatever. And it's like, yeah, so's everything just over a certain amount of time. Right. So anyway, I jokingly said, I was like, can I have about 30 of those? And she said, no, I can't do that. And then next time she came over, she just had this stack of straws. And she said, hide these and don't tell my boss.
She did it on the low.
Yeah. So now I just take them with me.
Quality
I go.
establishment. They're all about customer service.
Yeah. And that's
She's a
why
real
I go
one.
every Wednesday for my cheesecake.
I subscribe to paper straws, but we need to advance the technology.
So one time I went to an event in San Jose in the before times when I would go places.
Pre-paper straws.
I don't. Yes, in the caveman era. And I met this company and they're like, we have these straws that are made out of like, it was like cane sugar resin or some strange product that they were able to make into a straw. And so he's like, here, and they had cups and they had these straws and like sucked on it, right? And like indistinguishable from plastic. It was a little bumpy. And I was like, you are going to make $1 trillion because one day they're going to say no plastic. Why they went to paper?
I don't get it.
Bizarre. And why this sales guy for this company hasn't been shot into the sun for having a way better product.
Every time I get a paper straw that is very inferior, I get angry and I want to see the turtles that we did this for. I want to know where the bodies are.
I'm like drinking. Yes. I'm like, are you happy now, sea turtle? As the Slurpee falls to shit.
We all saw that one photo. We all saw it.
Yeah, it's sad.
Terrible.
Yeah.
But where are the bodies?
Show me more.
They say that there's a pile of plastic swirling in the ocean the size of Texas. And you know what I say to that?
Where?
I can't see it from here.
Yeah.
Can't be that fuck big. Do I care?
I could see Texas on a clear day.
Dear. Yeah. Oh dear. There's a problem somewhere I can't see. It's not real to me. Yep. That's how I dig.
These are the facts.
That's how I'm getting down.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I'm doing it.
So yeah, just last night was my first experience with it. And it's very odd. Thankfully I had cheeseburgers coming, but I wasn't like fries. I don't want your hands.
Exactly. And they're spilling out.
Yeah. I don't want that. And then she's got to do like the pour back into. No,
this is very recent, right? I feel like it only happened.
This has happened within the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Because that happened to me the other day and I was very confused. But every time I get a paper bag, because I get my breakfast from McDonald's. That's where I usually go. And every time I always get the bag and I think, well, I just have one McMuffin. I don't need a bag.
You don't get a hash brown?
No, I just get my coffee and McMuffin.
That is remarkable restraint. That's why you can be head scout.
But like,
got discipline.
I would always get the hash brown, but now they've pivoted to like a small fry.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't want that. I want the hash brown.
When I roll up to order breakfast, it's 7 Filet-O-Fishes, but I want the fishes removed.
Oh yeah, just the bread.
On the side so that I can add them as I see fit. And then I have 10 quick sandwiches. And then it's across the street to the liquor store for a pint of bourbon. And then it's time to start my day.
It's another Tuesday.
But that's 2 plastic bags every day times 365 days. It adds up.
Yeah.
But paper bags aren't the problem.
But if we're on the topic, we may as well discuss it. The grocery store replaceable bag. I might have more of those in my house than literally
and why isn't there a bin at the grocery store to return them?
That's a good idea.
If it's truly about the environment.
Take a penny, leave a penny.
What the
come on, man.
It's so annoying. It literally overwhelms my pantry. And then I put them in my car and
they're spilling out.
Yeah.
They're spilling out. And this is coast to coast. And Safeway's like, we did it. We fixed the environment. No, you didn't.
Yes.
Idiots.
Safeway, speaking of them, they do just have the brown bags.
Yes.
Oh, who am I thinking about? Who am I mad at?
Walmart does it.
No, I'm Safeway boy.
Safeway might have them too, but they do.
Reusable.
They do have the brown bags as well, which I prefer way more to.
No, because I you know how I roll. I like heavy food. Right.
Yeah.
So when I go to the grocery store, I'm like, baller alert. What's the heaviest food you have? I want many of them. And they're like, well, it's melons, cinder block bricks, shampoo in a 4-liter container. Like, give me 10 of them. I don't care.
Laundry detergent.
Pile it up. You see how people steal laundry detergent because it's like literally worth its weight in cash and resale value?
Really?
So people in the States will like wheel into a Target and steal $900 worth of laundry detergent and then sell it online for like half price.
Business plan.
Smart.
Call in California.
Yeah.
They've got that $1,000 rule.
This is why they steal $900 worth of laundry detergent. Apparently it's the easiest thing to resell.
A new flavor of entrepreneur is born.
Yes. Yes.
Coming soon.
There's a lot of growth industries. There's Facebook reselling of theft.
Yep.
Yeah.
You could be an OnlyFans photographer. You could be a grocery store bouncer, preventing the first 2 from occurring. Right? There's lots of amazing jobs for recent graduates. I think things are going fine.
Absolutely.
It's going fine.
Housing's affordable.
It's fine.
Everyone is doing great.
A lot of people live 10 to a room.
Yeah.
They're in a Nepalese prison usually. But I know a lot of people that have a lot of roommates because it's expensive.
I have a roommate.
It's expensive. Shit, don't marry your roommate.
Wow,
a lot of people do that.
One of them eventually.
No, a lot of people think that's the play.
I wish we could talk about this situation.
Mine?
Yeah.
I wish we could too.
Liam lives in an 8-bedroom house, and in all 8 bedrooms are one of his girlfriends. And he goes into a different bedroom every night and speaks in a slightly different accent every room. He's Scottish in one room. He's from Suffolk in another room.
Well, that's why I'm touring Europe for the next 3 weeks.
To go meet all your in-laws?
Just so I can master the accents of all of them.
It's like a world tour with your 8 polygamy wives. Well, we're going to go see them all the grandparents in one shot.
He can't talk about this because TLC's.
It's commendable. Yeah, you have a pilot shooting.
Yeah, I don't want to be the next Kate +8. But
do you remember
I have to,
Tiger King? Did you ever watch Tiger King?
I actually never watched Tiger
Never?
King. I
No.
because that was like the peak of.
That was right when it hit.
was-
The whole world
that was-
watched Tiger King.
Yeah, not me.
Tiger King
I'm
and
just
sourdough
different.
bread.
So one of the strangest things about Tiger King that we couldn't discuss at the time because we were all very terrified, but like it's about like cat museum, like wildlife sanctuary, big cat sanctuaries. And there was like a different Tiger King guy who in the show was like the foil, like the bad guy. But this guy had multiple wives all living on one street, and he was like morbidly obese on a golf cart. So imagine him in the show driving down the street like this, massive man past all his wives' houses. And I was like, this guy deserves a show, but we didn't have time because of the pandemic.
For people listening, Wanye just acted out driving on a golf cart. It's very enjoyable.
You remember the scene?
Yeah. There was 2 weeks of the pandemic that were great.
That's when we were all clapping our pans together for the NHS.
Yeah, we were in it together.
You know what?
Pots and pans.
You damn right. Who's got a sourdough? I do.
Been making it ever since.
There's a lot of stuff that went on in the pandemic that we just don't discuss.
Do you remember car commercials? They were like, we're all in this together.
Buy a Hyundai.
Now
Now's
they're
the
just
time.
like, fuck you, buy a Hyundai.
Now's the time. Why not now? Can't leave my house. Maybe you need a car.
Go live
No,
in
I
your car.
literally can't leave my house. Buy it online. We'll deliver it to you.
Don't come to my home.
And there's like a photo of a nurse clapping and crying, like, yes, and you're buying your Hyundai, but you can't actually. You're just like locked in your house.
I do
Good
miss
times.
drive-by birthday parties.
It's, yeah.
You could drive by,
Yeah.
wave,
Yeah.
mission accomplished. I'll throw a present out the window at you. Good living.
I like doing like laps around the Hyundai because gas was so cheap. You just put your tunes on and
Just
go. Loved that.
Give her.
That was the only thing to do.
But don't wind your windows down because it might get you. Crazy times.
One of the things that I want to do now in the after times that I have yet to do is go to the new Oilers store. You know, the one Rick opened?
I haven't been in there either.
Yeah.
You know that?
Yeah.
I want to go see it.
You must have a good discount there.
You'd think that it would be a recurring discount you could
Yes.
use multiple times over and
all-
over and over again.
For all of us to use.
I'm going to wait for another 4 months and go with Wanye Jr. So the first time
Yeah.
he sees it is the first time I see it, because I haven't really started pushing the Oilers agenda on him yet. I've kind of let him be free. So we've had instances where there's the hockey game on, but he's more interested in screaming at a house plant, or there's an instance where we've got a playoff game on. He's more interested in like looking for things under the couch. And I'm like, you know what? Fine. But at some point, we need to start having some crazy good Oilers experiences to get him onto the super train.
Right.
Right.
So it's
What are you going to buy him? What's the first?
Everything. I'm going to look like a guy who just got out of jail after 10 years, who knows he's going back to jail for 10 more years, who has 3 weeks to spend with his son to make him love him.
You're talking about boozy badass.
Well, happens to lots more people than you'd think. But I'm going to take him there with that type of urgency. I'm going to get him a little jersey. I'm going to get him a garbage can. I'm going to get him an Oilers fan parking only. I'm going to point it at his crib. I'm going to do all sorts of shit. So when he wakes up in the morning, there's going to be like 150 Oilers logos staring back at him. And they'll be like, exist in that environment for 24 months and we'll see where we're at. Right?
Yep. Makes sense.
It's good. But
Start 'em young.
from what I'm told, it's an amazing store.
It's beautiful.
They have like a stick rack of used sticks or something?
So for clarity's sake, I used to work in the old one in Kingsway Mall, and it was falling apart at the seams.
And it didn't have a lot of inventory.
No,
It was small.
it was small. We didn't have a lot of inventory. It was hard to keep things in stock because Oilers fans are passionate and love to buy stuff. But this one is gorgeous, and like they actually have the old doors that were in Rexall.
locker room doors?
Yeah, they're in there.
Mama, I can't wait.
And like having the gear that you can get at like locker room sales and stuff like available to buy whenever is also very tempting. So I do not go to the back there because I will drop $1, but it's fine.
Well, that's what the
It's
Germans
beautiful.
did, didn't they?
Yep.
They bought all the merchant, basically everything.
Yeah, the
I'll buy
Devon's
Wanye
Ford
Jr.
jersey.
6 Jeff Delorier sticks, all ungame used.
Nice.
Top dollar, son.
Well, careful, don't touch the sticks because one time I was in there and some guy had an Evander Kane stick and was like kind of testing the flex of it, snapped. And they were like, yeah, you broke it, you buy it.
Yep.
$500.
Ooh.
Mama.
Oof. Yep.
So they just have, man, that's wild.
Don't-
I
it says
remember
don't
when the
touch.
locker room
Don't
store,
flex the sticks. That's what we learned today.
That is
Yeah.
a bold thing to do.
when the locker room sale first came out, I remember thinking like, it is extraordinary that the Oilers are selling us Oilers elbow pads for $1,200 as I'm buying Oilers elbow pads for $1,200. I'm like, Ben Eager shin pads are only $1,600. What are they giving them away?
I've told this before. My brother-in-law bought Sam Gagne 8-point gloves, and he has never told me how much for in the auction.
Wow.
That's
See, that's a good
That's
buy.
a good one.
Yeah.
My Ben Eager shin pads have not appreciated the way I thought they would.
That was like the locker room sale a few years ago. They had Gretzky's Heritage Classic jersey. They had one of them. He wore, I think, 2 for that pregame. They had it at the locker room sale, and it sold that day for, I believe it was like 20 grand. And that's a in-person thing. Like they didn't have an online system, nothing yet. That was in person.
Wow.
Crazy.
One day I'm going to buy something stupid Oilers related. It's always been a life goal.
I bought the Lego set, the Lego rink. It was like a Lego rink set, but it's not Lego. It's like a knockoff brand.
I want to buy like the helmet Esa Tikkanen was wearing in game 2 of the Stanley Cup finals that they lost. And it's like 60 grand. And I'm like at some event and I thought it was 6 grand. And then I have to give them the money because it's for the kids. And then I have to make a part of the tour here at work to be like, that's Esa Tikkanen's helmet. And if you want to touch it, it's $14. And I have to hope over the next 60 years I can recoup my money.
Speaking of auctions, we were at the Riverhawks game the other day. The Donaire costume that is for sale.
Yeah.
or for
This is one of
auction.
the best marketing things. King of Donaire, you know these people?
Yeah.
We could talk about other brands. The fuck?
Sure.
King of Donaire is bidding on this against Blowers in Grafton, which
I
is a
saw
bar
that.
chain. And everyone's checking how this auction's doing. And these guys, I swear to God, they're getting
7
great.
G's.
They're getting great PR bidding
Oh,
against each
It's
other.
7
It's
Gs
7
now?
grand.
7,015 to be specific.
Who's the leader? Is it Blowers and Grafton now? Because it was the
the-
donut place.
The last I checked, it was like 600. Oh my God.
You know what? I'm not going to read that username.
No.
If you bag milk Google right now, custom mascot costumes, you could take a photo of that Donaire outfit and send it to a custom mascot maker and they'll make one for you for like $500.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that ain't going to get Blowers and Grafton the press that it needs.
It's
And my
important for the
Esa Tikkanen
plot.
helmet when it's part of my museum experience. And it's $700 for an hour.
Yes.
And it's just you and the Tikkanen helmet and me being like, "Hey, isn't it amazing?"
You're just
We
walking
had,
around with a helmet on.
Yeah, it's just, no, it's like like where they would put the Mona Lisa. It's in like Lucite in a huge warehouse. And there's just one Esa Tikkanen helmet in the middle. And
With just a light on it.
yeah. And then merch that just shows a photo of it. And there's like a calendar and a t-shirt.
Like this is where I'm gonna die.
yeah. I'm like, and I'm the guide. I get one person a month.
It was funny when we were at the Riverhawks game, we're looking at this fucking Donaire costume. At that point, it was about $500. And we had corporate overlord business daddy Jake with us in the box. And we were
Authorized?
we were like, Jake, come on, man, pull out the corporate card. Let's go. We need it. And he goes, what do you mean you need it? And everybody in the box was all like, listen, we need this. It's the most Edmonton thing. He's like, well, I guess if you guys can put together the money, but I don't know that we'll get to clear 7,000.
Put together the money. We're asking you for the money.
Yeah.
You understand your role, business daddy? Float more stock on the exchange. That's how those people talk.
Yes.
We should get some sort of costume made and spend enterprise.
We did have that pizza costume once upon a time.
But that was like we bought it at a Halloween store.
Yeah.
We
The
got
pizza is mean.
What about, well, yeah.
A Donaire costume is very ON.
We went to the game that one time as the Turtles.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that was crazy, man.
Yeah, one could chuck, right?
When I say that we were stopped for a photo every 2 steps, must be what Justin Bieber feels like. It was it was so annoying. Fuck. But anyways, good response and people had a good time. We need something like that.
Yeah.
But like with a fan in it. Because it was hot.
Yeah. Those
Yeah.
are way
Yeah.
Too damn hot.
When
Hunter
I-
has a fan in him.
When I went to Nate, we did this. So we had a marketing thing and we had to put on a promotion. I can't remember exactly what ours was, but I had to dress up in this mascot costume. It was the worst. It was the worst experience of my life. I was so hot all day. And there was just no way of getting out of this thing because everybody just saw how hot I was and nobody else wanted to volunteer to go in it.
I was
But
a
thought
mascot
it
in
was
high school.
Easy. Could you do flips?
I could do the worm. That was what got me the gig.
Were you sweating your worm off?
Yeah, because they have a fan in the head,
Yes.
but the battery would die very quickly. So I'm
Ridiculous.
just drenched in that thing. Gross.
Yeah, I was supposed to go to class in the afternoon after doing that, and I just went home.
I
Yeah.
see. So we're really selling this Get 'em Nation costume.
Yeah.
I see. I wonder if you'd sweat in the Donair.
Probably.
But you just sweat like Donair sauce.
Yep.
King of Donair needs to be commended. Imagine the Donair sauce on him was real, and you could just walk up to him and like dab him.
You just give it a lick.
Yum.
You're like, oh, I got to refill my Donair tank. And then it's just like,
That's why it's
delicious.
$7,000.
Like, sorry, do you want a bag?
$7,000 is so funny. You could
That's
buy a
preposterous.
brand. You could buy 3 of them for $7,000 probably. Anyway,
Might buy a Donair on the way home.
Yeah,
I'm actually,
it
this
sold
is
me on
why it's a
that.
good idea. This is the most genius Donair marketing of all time.
yeah, it's great.
It's an interesting auction. It's just shit the government has. Basically, it's like a missile system, a Donair costume, 58 sets of false teeth. Like there's no rhyme or reason to any of the lots.
7 flail fishes.
Yeah. That's right. No bag. Fuck. 42 trillion Safeway bags. Oh, my laundry room is filled with those.
My pantry is literally like
You open a drawer, sproing, right?
Yeah.
It's the back of my car that I have them all in because every time I'm like, oh, I'm gonna need this, and then I go in and I'm like,
So you
Yeah.
go so far as to put them in your car and then forget?
yeah.
Yeah.
I get to the till and the lady looks at me and is like, do you want a reusable bag? And it's like, I've never had a thought before in my life. I'm like, oh. And then I go home and I'm like, oh, and then I go to leave. I'm like, oh, and I don't remember because I'm an idiot because of all the plastic fumes in my house from these bags are like corroding my brain.
Yeah, you're eating a chunk of it per day or per week. What is that?
Credit card of plastic per week we eat.
Through what?
Plastic bottles. You think that they don't shed bits into your water before you jug
Oh
it?
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Straws. That's why paper.
Yeah.
Plastic if you like microwave anything. Right? That'll Liam, guilty.
Damn
It's
it.
okay, man. Man was
All right,
built
maybe I
to be
do eat
mostly,
them.
man was built to be mostly plastic. It's fine.
Sometimes I just like to eat them. So
Whatever.
they are what they are.
Is that why I don't go off in a metal detector?
Yep.
Just
Yeah.
full of plastic.
Mhm.
You're a hologram.
Got to get a little business done for our friends at Betway, provided that you are 19 plus and could do so responsible. The thing I want to look at, Liam, is pretty much interesting just for you and I.
Oh, okay.
What would you guess Daniel Ricciardo's odds to win the race this weekend?
Way
His
too high.
first week back with AlphaTauri.
Way too high. I guarantee he should be like 19th. The only person lower than him should be Logan Sargent. I'm assuming he's like the 8th highest one. So I would, is he?
He's towards the bottom of the middle,
He is?
like bottom of the middle.
I'll say like plus 12,500.
Plus 50,000 if you're feeling frisky.
Oh, I'm not. He will not be good. Like it's this guy.
$1 would return you $500 though.
There's two things here. One, nobody's going to win this besides Red
$2
Bull.
would get you $1,000.
Red Bull has been absolutely dominating the F1 all season. It's not even close.
Yes.
And they just put up some big upgrades on their car. For
What would $3 get me?
Hang on. $1,500.
Come on. Look at these odds, Liam. You're a scout.
Think of how many reusable bags you could buy.
You could turn one reusable bag for $3 into whatever 1,500.
If you could come up with a way to be able to offer people 50 cents for one of those bags and find a way to somehow sell them back to somebody for $1, you could be like, meet me in the Rexall Place parking lot with all your bags and a huge coin dispenser you could clean up.
Have you ever seen that guy on YouTube? His name's Ryan Tapera, I think. And he does these 1 cent challenges. And basically what he does is he raises money for Water Foundation or something like that. So this one he just did, he went to Europe with 1 cent and he managed to get his way back home just through like selling other
Dancing
things.
for money.
Basically, yeah. Like he'll like tell jokes and people are like, don't.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like
So
or
he busks essentially?
essentially for like a week. And then but he has to like buy his own plane tickets through this thing. Like he went to like England, France, Netherlands, and then Ireland and then the US. Kind of crazy. Can you put odds on that on Betway? Probably.
Probably. Betway's got everything you need. Provided that you are 19 plus and can do so responsibly.
The Canadian women play tonight too in the World Cup. Kick that off tonight against Nigeria, I think.
Who's the favorite?
To win?
Yeah.
The US. Then it's England and I think Australia. Kind of.
Are you saying England because you're lying?
No. They just won the European Championships.
All right.
It started last night. Australia won against Ireland and then New Zealand beat Norway.
I'll allow it.
Thank you.
There you go.
So
That
you're
way.
going to bet on Ricardo?
Well, how would I be foolish not to? $4 turns into $2,000.
$2,000, Liam.
Still not enough to buy
If
the
I
Daenerys
emptied
costume.
my account, all of it, I could be the richest man on earth.
What is he to like finish top 10?
Those aren't up yet.
Okay. That'll be after qualifying, I guess.
Now that you guys talked about that, can I talk to Kennedy about something we want to talk about?
Provided that you were 19 plus and can do so responsibly, go check out Betway. Yes, now you may.
I saw this like Insta story and it was Swifties at the concert and the caption was having a feral moment when this happened. And the term feral moment is so funny. It's just these two chicks and they're at the concert and I don't know if they're streaming or just recording themselves, but there's like lazily dancing to the music and they don't really know the words. They're like, blah, 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 blah. And then the guy next to them asked his girlfriend to marry them, but they weren't part of it, right? But they were like so cranked up to be the Taylor Swift concert.
They went feral.
They were going wild on these people.
I love
because the guy just takes a knee in the middle of the song and they're like, ah, and they just like tore this couple to shreds. And the girl just kept streaming what was going on. But having a feral moment is funny.
Last night I was at a concert at Rogers Place.
Was it Taylor Swift?
Nope. Close though. A Danish rock band. So similar.
Who was that?
Volbeat.
So
I didn't know a single song.
The conversation's veered away again from what we wanted, Kennedy.
Yeah.
But I was going to get
Things to say.
the concert. All I wanted to do is a really quick story. I was at a concert
I'm
last
just
night.
teasing you. I'm just teasing you.
There's a lady at the end of my row
Was she Taylor
on
Swift?
the aisle. Yes, maybe.
allegedly.
I would. Allegedly, in my opinion, yes. She would not let anyone walk past her to go get drinks.
I've never in my life.
Oh my God.
A guy beside me who was very sweaty was very upset by
No
this.
doubt.
So he was jumping over rows to get around her. And then eventually he just slimed his way past her. And they got in a verbal, like a little, and then he kept calling her Karen, obviously
Yes.
like that. But I've never seen that before. She was the solo ticket on the aisle, not letting anyone out.
I have
That is
never in my
ridiculous.
life heard of such a thing.
When you have an aisle seat, that is your job.
That is your obligation.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're
As a
the
human
boss of the
being.
row. They have to
Like-
let you know when they're leaving. They say, are you going to be
Yeah.
a minute? Yes, I'm coming back soon. Okay, go ahead.
All I know is Taylor
Wow.
Swift wouldn't stand for that.
So,
No.
not to be rude to the fans of what was the band's name?
Volbeat.
Volbeat.
I couldn't name a song. Like I was there for the rocks
And the Nuge
and
poster.
the rolls, and I found new.
How many empty seats were there?
So they did the Oil Kings thing where the second bowl was,
Okay.
but it was mostly full.
Okay.
The floor had a lot of space on it, but there was a lot of people in there.
That's what I
It's
was
hard to
curious
sell an
about.
arena.
But
Well,
why
it
would
was
they go to, like
interesting too,
Shaw
like-
or something.
Well, that's what I thought. So
Yeah.
me missus loves this band.
Maybe.
So she's like, will you come if I buy tickets? I'm like, yeah, of course, whatever. I don't care. I'll go. I'm like, where are they playing at? Like the Wind Spear or something? She goes, no, at Rogers Place. I'm like, okay. But they're one of those bands where I was YouTubing them just so I could knew what I was getting into. In Europe, they're playing those massive metal festivals, like
It's like David
7,000
Hasselhoff
people.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, bottom level of Rogers Place, no joke.
No, it's very good.
Did you have a feral moment and stream it?
I took some photos. I was bopping.
How do they compare to Blink?
Well, it's not close. Dude,
They're way
what was
better?
interesting though, just the sheer magnitude of the Blink concert, like the production that they had compared to this one 10 days later at Rogers Place, 2 weeks later at Rogers Place was night and day. Blink-182 was rammed in there. There was lights and everything everywhere. And they were just like, they had those big posters behind the stage. Couple of songs down, new poster comes out, fresh set.
I'll never forget when U2 came to the Commonwealth Stadium
Yeah.
and they
I was
had.
there.
Big Lemon.
You were there?
Yeah.
What on earth? How old were you?
My parents went and I went with them. I was in grade. Do you really want me to say?
Yes.
I was in grade 7.
I'm like floored you're alive when this happened. Time is malleable, bag milk. Sometimes you're like shocked one way, sometimes you're shocked the other. But those huge claw stages, remember? It
Yeah.
looked like War of the
was-
Worlds. And they had
Oh, I see. I
3 or
remember
4 of them
seeing that.
around the world because it was unfeasible to move them intercontinentally. And it was like so expensive for these circles. And I remember when they came out, it was like a UFO had landed at the arena. It was so cool.
I love concerts. I'm so glad concerts are back now.
Yeah.
Except that my bank account hurts a little bit.
Wow,
but
because every ticket to everything's $12,000.
that,
That's
yeah.
why it was super reasonable. That band last night, I was section 104, like not necessarily close to it, but they were $50.
Egg milk, no offense. I wouldn't pay one fucking penny for that show.
My job
Just
was to buy the
kidding.
drinks.
For a gal, I get it. I've done
Amen.
worse. Way worse.
I'll do a rock show for a lady.
That's the name of your turtle? Adorable. I've done worse than that.
How does War of the Worlds end again?
Humanity wins.
Is that what happens? I figured.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
You haven't seen it?
No, I have numerous times. I just
Germs
can't
killed
remember.
them.
Really?
Ironic in 2023.
True.
But yeah, they came, they whooped our asses. We sneezed on them and killed them in the end. Boom, bitch. Get out the way. We win.
Mic drop.
That was like that Aliens movie with Mel
USA.
Gibson, where they just had to pour water on the aliens.
That's
Couldn't
it.
handle
That's all we had to do.
Yep.
Boom.
Crazy.
USA.
Mars Attacks, same thing.
USA.
Man,
What's the one with Will Smith when he goes up in the aliens and uses Windows 95 and infects them with a virus?
Wild West.
I Am Legend. After Earth.
Wow, no. Independence Day. After Earth. How dare you bring a Jaden Smith movie into this? I'm talking classics. I'm talking feasible plot lines.
Do you know-
Like he wheeled up with a fucking laptop and somehow interfaced with the mothership and downloaded a skull and
Had to dial
crossbones
it in.
that laughed and caused the UFO to explode.
And then
That
we're
is
like,
feasible. After Earth is nonsense.
Two things quickly. One, After Earth was the first movie that Will Ferrell was ever in that didn't hit number one in the
Will
box
Ferrell.
How did he get in here?
office. That Will Smith was in that didn't hit number one.
I believe
in the
it.
box office. And number two, I think it's very funny that they remade Independence Day and Will Ferrell. Well, fuck.
2 for 2.
Will Smith was like, no, I'm good.
He said the script sucked.
Yeah, he said, just kill me off. And they killed him off in the off screen.
And that movie sucked.
It
Even
was
though Jeff
horrendous.
Goldblum was in it, that's one of the worst.
Jeff Goldblum just loves coming back for these old time movies.
But that's
he was
fine,
in.
but he couldn't carry the picture.
love
Like
him.
it was terrible. Bill Pullman, please.
Jurassic Park, the new one,
Nailing
sucked.
it in, you idiots. But
Domain.
That one
Ghostbusters
was-
Afterlife,
Yeah.
have you seen that?
that
Yeah,
was
that's really
good.
Unbelievable.
Really?
Yeah, that
Such
was
a good
really
one.
good.
They're making
man.
another one. They're
Yes,
making
they are.
a sequel to
They
that
should.
one.
You ever see the all four ladies doing the Ghostbusters?
Mhm.
This is not about ladies. This is about laughs per minute. That was not a funny movie.
No,
Okay?
as a woman, yeah.
Ghostbusters Afterlife, expectations very low.
Yeah, mine too.
We
Same.
set so high, everybody making a sequel should be forced to watch that at gunpoint.
That was very good. And
It was such a good
Paul Rudd
movie.
don't miss.
No,
no, never. All age.
No.
Both. I saw this thing the other day and it was like all these celebrities, like what they look like in this year and then now. And it just goes down. The last one is Paul Rudd. It's just the same picture.
It could be Paul
In
Rudd from
Clueless?
Clueless
Yeah.
or Paul Rudd from Ghostbusters, and
Yeah.
it's the same guy.
Yeah, it never
it's the
aged.
same picture.
It's like what you have. What's that disease?
I sold my soul to Satan.
Benjamin Button disease.
Benjamin Ben.
He's an immortal.
Will Ferrell?
Yeah, Will Ferrell, he is not aging very well. Also, I determined that Will Ferrell has not made a good movie since 2010.
Yeah, we
Now,
talked
do you
about
mean
that.
Will Smith? Or
Yeah,
you
that's
actually
what-
mean Will
I mean,
Ferrell?
you could probably
'Cause I
go
know for
either
you
way.
it's a code word. Will Ferrell hasn't made a
It
movie.
said never
since
let
2000.
them know the
Good
next
movie.
movie.
He's made lots of movies.
I would argue that this happens to every single comedian. I would argue most Hollywood comedians, whether it's Jim Carrey, whether it's Will Ferrell,
Yeah, for sure.
they have a shelf life of call it 8 movies. And then after that, it's over. Adam Sandler, he's the most watched guy on
No, he's
Netflix
still
ever.
making hits.
But they're like weird kid movies and shit. But he does do really well.
Yeah.
Kids love Adam Sandler movies, and Netflix pays him a fortune to make them. But he's not like Happy Gilmore funny anymore.
Just Go With It is like one of my favorites.
Yeah, he's just got
51st
weird
Date.
ones now.
And then now the Netflix ones are just not hitting the same as those.
It's because we're not 8.
So you're talking about
Happy Gilmore.
Jim Carrey. I was like, what was the last movie he was in? I was like, oh yeah, he was in those Sonic movies.
He was good in the first one.
Jim
Second
Carrey
one's
got
stuck.
paid in the second one $8 million
Yeah.
and a little piece of that back end.
That's what
Good
I'm
for you.
talking about. He's retired, Jim Carrey.
He's actually living his best. He just fucks off and does art and whatever he wants.
You ever seen the movie 23 with Jim Carrey? I
We've
almost said
talked about
Will
this
Ferrell
now
again.
three
What
times.
on
What
earth
is it with you and Will Ferrell?
23 if you haven't seen
Having a
it.
feral moment.
It's very good.
Just like
But the
Will
last
Ferrell.
good movie Will Ferrell made was The Other Guys.
Yes.
I don't like Mark Wahlberg.
Not even as
If
Marky
any-
Mark in the Funky Bunch?
No. Like that
Wahlberg?
Ted movie, all of it. I hate Mark Wahlberg.
Ted was awesome.
If anybody else was in that movie but Mark Wahlberg, I would love that movie.
Did you say Mark Wahlberg?
Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg is a dog I own.
Feral moment.
Feral moment. No, Mark Wahlberg sucks. He also has a third nipple. You can Google it.
I know that.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're a scout.
I used to watch that
them
Wahlburger
out.
show all the time on.
Yeah.
For the third nipple?
Never got.
Did it ever
glimpse
make
of
an appearance?
I like to see the other Wahlbergs.
One time I froze the
unknown
Good
Wahlberg.
Vibrations video scene where he's dancing with his shirt off and my TV's big and I got up real close and I could see the nipple.
Yeah.
I could see the nubbin.
Mm-hmm.
It's there.
Actually,
Fact check.
the
Gross.
last good Will Smith movie I saw was that King Richard.
That's the Venus and Serena
The
movie.
tennis one. Yeah, it's very, very good.
That was he won for that, and then the slap.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was a slap. He won.
What do you think? What was going on there? What was happening with Will
in the
Smith?
slap?
Yeah.
Well, I just think it was one of those moments where I feel like the joke actually wasn't that bad, but there had just been so much said about his masculinity that he got to a point where it's
So
like,
he went in
"Fuck, I
that
gotta do
room
something."
ready to do last straw shit.
I don't know if he went into the room. I just feel like in the moment it happened and he's like, everyone's just laughing and they're all laughing at me. That was Chris Rock's face.
Yeah. Well, and he also just recently got cuckolded as well.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
a masculinity thing.
I can't see that. Okay. Remember back in the day when Eminem was punching out that dog puppet at the MTV Awards? And then another year he stormed out.
Yes.
Then another year something else. All of those things were planned in advance and
Yeah.
they've said it since.
Yes.
For Will Smith to slap Chris Rock on national TV at the award show, it has to have been planned.
I mean, probably. It is Hollywood.
Like,
I would
it's
absolutely-
Hollywood. Everything's
Yeah.
fake.
I would buy it being planned had I not heard as much as I have from Chris Rock's side of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is
But that's what he
not
got
happy.
out of it.
But he looks like a little bitch though.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he's ordered to do it by some sort of lizard. I don't know who's in charge of Hollywood.
The way it like started
Probably
trending on
illicit.
Twitter and everybody was like, I'm suddenly watching the Oscars now too. Like it. But yeah, I think
Waiting
like
for
how
another
Chris Rock
slap.
is just like basically like kind of shut down from
But
it.
Will Smith too.
Yeah,
It was
And
the
then
Grammys, right? Or the Oscars.
it was the Oscars.
Oh, it was the Oscars?
Cat Williams, know who that guy is?
Yeah.
Comedian.
Yeah.
He was talking about it and he said that one of the reasons why they try to make Hollywood leading men and women have like these incidents to go crazy is then you're not as expensive on movies. So it's like, oh, look how
Oh.
crazy he went. Now he doesn't cost 20 million. He's only 6.
Like Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser.
He was at the peak of his powers in the Mummy.
Martin Lawrence is another one they
Oh,
cite,
yeah.
right? Martin Lawrence was getting like $20 million a movie and then suddenly he was waving around Tracy Morgan.
Yeah, that was the one I was thinking of. And that, what was the other guy who did White Chicks?
The Wayans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was his first name?
There's a ton of Wayans.
There's a bunch of them.
Well, what's
Damon,
Damon was
Marlon?
in it. Marlon was in it.
That's one I was thinking.
Tito.
Tito?
Yeah.
Yeah. Love Tito.
Yeah, there's a few.
So Will Smith slaps Chris Rock and they're probably commanding 20 million a movie each. And now
if they make a movie about that.
they should make a movie about the two of them getting together and forming a band.
There's one thing
I
I'm
would watch
confused
that.
about with Hollywood is I don't really know what these strikes are about.
Wow.
Is it
Writer
about
strike?
There's a
the what
It's basically
strike?
union
Yeah,
benefits for the SAG members. There's like 160,000 people in the union or some shit. It's a huge number.
Okay.
yeah, it's like
All the
basically like
Set
people
designers.
like the big studios and stuff like that, where CEOs are making like $16 million, and like people that are doing the work or whatever are making like can't even like afford the rent kind of thing. Like
So-
it's that.
So the actors are kind of just striking to
It's not
back
that-
those people
The
up.
Screen Actors Guild is everybody involved in film production.
yeah.
Okay. So
Set designers.
And that's why like Big Brother's been pushed because it's all writers and like that's why nothing new is coming out. And even people that are like, so like I'm going to see the Barbie movie tonight, and even like some of the like they were saying like, oh, we're not the promotion's crazy, but the actors and stuff like that aren't really posting about it. The writers aren't posting about it. Same thing with there's a few like
the
Amazon
Oppenheimer
movies.
one, they all just left the premiere.
Yep.
yeah. Like,
Okay.
that's-
I was confused. I kind of thought it was the actors weren't really striking on something, but they're kind of striking on behalf of the writers.
The
and those
full
people.
guild.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Friend of the nation, Eric Johnson,
Mm.
tying into this writer strike. He was supposed to be at a Comic-Con thing for the Star Wars game he's in.
Oh,
Yeah, he's a character in a Star Wars.
that's the
Oh,
sweetest
wow.
The new
plum.
Star Wars
Those
game.
appearance fees? Oh, yeah.
That's sick.
But it got canceled just kind of like as a result of everything going on.
Bag Milk, will this affect your OnlyFans account?
Never. More content than ever going.
Fantastic. Hollywood can't stop the feet content.
Oh, come on.
That'll be the last thing posted on the internet before it all
Finder
goes
doesn't
dark.
populate itself.
There's a website I saw, I think on CNN or some news website. It was like talking about something and they're like, there's an app for people who like feet. And I meant to send it to you. And then I didn't. And then, you know, when you're looking at something and you're like, I'll come back to it.
You're going to get people actually thinking I wanted.
I'm going to come back to this. I'm going to send it to Bag Milk. And they started reading about something else. And I was like, he probably knows already.
I do love my weirdos.
Well,
I don't know what part of the foot I'm supposed to look at.
This is it.
Is it the heel?
I don't understand.
The webbing?
A naked human woman, I know what to do. I know where to look. I know what to do. A foot, I'm confused.
No, I'm confused.
It doesn't make any sense.
Just kind of.
We all know how Liam feels about toes.
Yeah. It's
Or
like when
lack
you see,
thereof.
you know what it is? It's like when you see somebody who's written in Japanese.
Yeah.
And you know that the normal way you read left to right, you got to do something different.
The backwards.
What's this all about? I read up, huh? A foot?
I
What?
don't get it.
It's confusing.
Could be anything.
I'm not one of these foot freaks. Like
Nope.
Bag Milk subscribers, $29 a week they pay to see those things.
I got tattoos on mine too, so they're like niche dogs. That's the name of my channel, Niche Dogs.
Niche dogs. 80 subscribers. You just talk mostly.
We can talk about it some more at the Oilers Nation Open, September 1st. That's a Friday leading into the long weekend out at Mill Woods Golf Club.
Unbelievable.
Nationgear.ca. You can put your team in, or if you don't want to put a team in, you just want to golf as a solo. We got a Mosaic team available as well. You can do that. Or the other option is you can bid to golf with Tyler and Liam or Jay and Chalmers. Saw some videos up on social.
Mm-hmm.
I saw one of you almost hitting your own balls with the club.
Yeah.
So said Chalmers.
Never realized I did that. And I'll be honest, my swing took a hit after Chalmers said that because he was just in my head.
Yeah, you
That's
were
his
doing
game,
really
though.
well.
I was doing very well. Of like 11, 12 straight holes, I was banging them straight. And then Chalmers said it. And all I could think about whenever I was about
What do you like when you're going through swinging, you come close to your balls?
apparently you're supposed to hold out here and I hold like
Well,
here.
that's all right if you're hitting it good.
Yeah. But then I started thinking about it.
Yeah,
and it
Chalmers
in my
got
Got
in
your head, yeah.
And it worked so much. I never realized that no one had ever said anything to me about it.
This is the game that's happening before the game, though.
Yeah. And it's, you crack the code.
You can bid on it. Email Tyler at OilersNation.com. He's keeping track of that.
Mm-hmm.
Play with Chalmers and Jay. I honestly think your group will be more fun.
I will be bringing bananas.
Yeah.
So we'll
Got
be
it.
no cramps.
Potassium for everybody.
Yeah.
Excellent. Nationgear.ca. Let's raise some money for Gregor Scratz. Let's enjoy watching him cry together. My favorite part of the day.
He cries every year.
As soon as he gets to that part about having a suit.
And how important it is for beyond your grad, getting a job, appearing in a video.
Mm-hmm.
You got to wear a suit,
In a video.
a
Yeah.
rap video.
Like if Mace wants to come back and do some music videos. Or
Exactly.
something.
It's good to have a suit in case they need you in a video of some fashion.
Sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what Gregor's Grads is all about. Gregor's
all
Grads is actually, I shouldn't say this because it's actually a very nice thing.
It is.
Getting high school kids suits.
Yes, it is.
But then
then they get to
Gregor
keep
always
them after.
cries saying you get to keep them after and you can wear them too. And then he trails off and never says what you can do with your suit after grad because he's crying.
Yeah.
It's worth the price of admission.
Absolutely. Put your teams in, everybody. This event will sell out. Nationgear.ca. There you have it. There's our ads, Liam.
That's how we make our
all
money.
organic.
All real talk, man.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to the Farrell.
Go on.
So Harry Styles' Love on Tour is ending. It's been going on for 3 years.
3 years.
Basically, yeah.
Good Lord.
It was
the
off
tour-
and on though. It got turned off.
Exactly,
Yeah.
because of the pandemic and
Yeah.
stuff. But basically,
Maybe you
the-
heard Liam. Jeez, we've been going through something.
so yeah, like I'm feral about this.
Farrell.
So yeah, it's ending on Saturday. And last time he went on a hiatus, it was literally like 2 years that we didn't see like a single picture of him. So I'm in a very like delicate state these days. But yeah, so that Farrell moment,
And correct me
You
if
went
I'm
to
wrong.
Chicago, right? Sorry.
I went, yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but like he disappeared and then he came back with a wild style.
Yeah.
That's just it. Like he went,
Wild Harry
he
style.
Live on Tour ended. He went away. He made his new like album, and then the pandemic hit because that was supposed to
It's
be
like now I'm
toured.
wearing leotards.
Yeah, and then he's got these funky outfits. and the-
High-waisted 70s pants.
Fucking
It's
right.
so good. And that's what I'm gonna miss is just not having every single day because usually every day there's a concert and having those videos and
You
just
got to go
sharing
back. You
everything.
got to
And
start
it's
like an Oilers fan. Bad times ahead. You got to go back in time.
It's just like this is like my decade of darkness, like officially starting.
Do you have enough content that you could work backwards and look at all his old outfits for 3 years, one a day?
That's just it. It's just like Love on Tour all over again.
Yeah.
hurts my heart. And I'm like,
what's he going to do? Does he live his life like Ed Sheeran and like have
he's just going to go into hiding probably and write his new album, but that album probably won't come out until like a year or two later. And I'm
somewhere
like,
with a cup of tea, thinking about songs.
that's why he's just going to disappear. And
Counting
I'm
all
like,
the money he made on this 3-year tour.
Oh, yeah.
Look at all his high-waisted pants in the closet.
He bought a Ferrari after the American leg because I went to Chicago, and I was like, I also own part of that car because I literally
He bought a Ferrari in the States?
Yeah, he bought a Ferrari in the States, and I was like, I have stocks in that car. Like the amount of money I spent on tickets.
How many shows did you go to?
I went to 3 back to back to back in Chicago.
Gangster.
Camped out on the side of the streets because we had pit tickets, and then we didn't have tickets for the last show, and I would do it again in a heartbeat.
Wait, you
Sometimes
camped
you
on the
gotta-
streets in Chicago?
Yeah, outside the United Center.
Boy.
Dangerous. It's not camping. Well, I
It-
suppose it's dangerous here too now, isn't it?
The way that back area was set up, like it was its own little community for that whole entire week, because he did a residency. So there were 6 shows that he did, and the 3 that we did were the last 3. And it was literally like people were like, because we had flown in, so people were like, "Oh, you want to like hop in our car and warm up? We'll trade you for, you know, if you have granola bars or something."
What the hell?
Lovely.
It was
A
actually
barter economy sprung up?
people set up tents.
Someone was
There
elected
was-
to parliament?
I kid you not. It was like it was own little.
I was trading beads and furs.
We developed our own language and we would sing.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. That's what it felt like most days.
That's the fun though, like whether it's Oilers fans or Harry Styles fans. What I really love is super fans of anything.
That's why I'm like, I have such a baller time being an Oilers fan and
Yes.
like a One Direction fan,
Because you hugged Justin Bieber as a
That's
child.
why I also felt like you were very happy with me when I went to go see Blink.
Yes.
Because you know how much I love them.
I get it. Like I get it when people are fans of stuff. It just means so much. And you
The
know,
people I feel sorry for are people who aren't fans of anything. When you're like, what do you love so much you cry at night? And they're
We
like,
did
I don't
the-
know, spatulas.
we did the Sherwood Ford
that would be
filming
something.
stuff, and I had a bunch of random questions to ask the guys while they were driving cars. And I asked Tyler, and I was like, "Can you like what's one thing other than sports that you could have a 30-minute presentation on?" And he was like, "I have no idea." He was like, "I'm very one-dimensional."
Yes.
And I was like, yeah.
He asked me to. I was like, yeah, buddy, I got nothing for you.
He
You
was like,
have one
Liam, what do I
topic.
like? And I'm like, dude, figure it
Is
out.
baseball a sport? Yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah,
I had
no.
mine right away. I was ready. Those
Mhm.
questions are good.
Yeah. So that
So,
content coming out soon.
so where is his last concert?
It's in Italy
That does
on
That would be
Sunday
amazing
or Saturday.
to go to, eh?
Oh, I can't remember the exact city. I'm also trying not to
Milan,
buy.
Turin. That's all I got.
I don't-
Milan, Turin.
I have no. It's somewhere in Italy, and I just tried not to look at where it was. 'cause
Rome
I
didn't
didn't want
spring to
buy a
mind,
flight.
Liam, as a
I
city.
said I said Rome.
Florence.
Naples.
It is at
yeah.
Reggio Emilia.
where I have
That's
no.
the next one. I was gonna say.
Sure, what?
Reggio Emilio.
Reggio Emilio, Italy.
And he plays in these big. Like Leon went the other week. He saw Leon.
To Harry?
Yeah. Did you not see me freaking out on Twitter?
Was there a
Yeah.
photo that showed
Yeah,
them
him-
in one frame, Leon and Harry in the background?
Okay, so I went crazy and I found a video because you could see Harry on stage and you can see Leon in the background
Good
up in the box.
Lord.
And I was like,
You got in the weeds on that one.
well, I was like, I know where the angle of the photo, and I was looking and I could see, and I was like, oh, so he's still there. He didn't leave. So a win is a win in Kennedy's eyes.
That's a win knowing that.
I love it.
Yeah. The fact that he got to hear one of my favorite songs live before I did is also a crime. So I need to know his full report. I'm shocked that he only posted one photo because, you know.
It's crazy to me. Like, if the girlfriends weren't posting, we would never know what these bastards are up to.
No, that's just
no
it.
idea.
Thank God Celeste and Lauren exist so that we can follow along and go wild
I'm
over
like,
photos. The
yeah.
photo of them holding hands, Connor and Lauren, which I sent to you, obviously.
Yep.
It's unbelievable the content these people are putting out. And Connor and Leon, I would literally subscribe to an Instagram feed for money if I could see what they were doing. Wouldn't you?
Yeah, totally. Like, I remember like that even like years ago when Pat Maroon and stuff would post content.
You wouldn't.
No.
No.
If Connor McDavid stopped posting ads for Adidas and suddenly had a photographer and a videographer constantly doing a little documentary about every day of his life, you wouldn't subscribe to that.
Is it more or less than Oilers Plus?
It's Connor Plus.
I still wouldn't.
the reason why I say it's interesting is rappers do this. That every rappers are going around film crews now, and they're just filming like the behind the scenes. We're going into a radio station. Here's what happens beforehand. Now we get in the car and we're driving. It's crazy how addictive it is.
I've actually been watching more sports documentaries recently to like see the behind the scenes stuff. And I'm watching one right now called The Test. And it's about the Australian cricket team. And it is pretty cool to kind of see like the stuff that they do.
Did you burn through quarterback?
Who?
Quarterback.
Oh, I haven't watched that yet. I'm thinking I'm saving it for my flight.
But these are like big budget things. I'm talking about like rappers you've never heard of.
I like the silly, goofy content. You
They're
know,
on 24 hours a day and they're like, now meeting with this producer and here's how we write a song. It's very interesting.
you know, like Connor not knowing how to hold a dog. Where else are you going to get that?
Yeah,
but
that
on
is
Pat
true.
Maroon's Instagram.
But I don't want the Oilers version of the Oilers. I want a good version of Connor and Leon.
But it's just like vlogging then on YouTube.
Yeah.
Which I didn't pay for.
Yeah. I'm not saying that about paying. I'm just saying like I would if it existed.
Oh, yes.
Or if it's free, I would
existed.
watch it.
If it was free, I would watch. I would.
Can you subscribe to Connor McDavid for $4.99? If the answer is yes, I will take 3. That's what I'm saying. Like I just don't know what I'm getting back in return.
It is like now just a part of what people do. Like my favorite comedian, his name's Tom Segura, and he just released a Netflix special. A week later, he released a documentary from his tour that he filmed himself just on YouTube. It was great.
That's cool.
They filmed it with just like cameras that we have.
BoozyBadassMovie.com, I believe, is the URL. He releases all of his own movies. I'm not even kidding. He funds his own comedies and stuff and puts them out.
He's like Tyler Perry of sorts.
He is, man. He said, I do what all the greats do, just smaller.
That makes sense.
He makes his own movies, but he puts them out on his own website and charges $15.
Oh.
He said he's made $1 million in 3 days twice.
Holy smoke.
Wow.
Because he has fans that want to see anything he puts out, right?
Yeah. So do you think because Harry Styles done, that means a One Direction reunion is on the way?
Imminent.
Or where are we at with that?
No, because that other guy's on tour. You saw the other guy.
Yeah, so I just saw Louis like about a month ago. So he's still on tour, and then Niall is going on tour next summer.
But they're all dissing each other right now still.
No, there's a new group chat that was made. So
Where's the original guy that left first?
Zayn.
Zayn.
Zayn was
Zayn
on
has
tour.
mu-
Daddy. Call
Zayn-
her daddy.
Yeah.
Don't
So
call
Zayn
me
has
that.
music dropping tomorrow, July 21st. And then, Niall is touring next summer. I'm going to see him in Toronto. And then, Louis just toured. I just saw him. So I have hope that they'll return one day. They just started a new group chat. That's what Liam said. So
Yeah, but
The boys are
Liam's
back.
a bit of a phony.
he is. He's a little.
He's a loose cannon.
You're right. You're a
is.
scout.
He's a scout.
You can read people.
He was on that one podcast with Logan Paul and just ripped into them all.
It
did,
makes me so
but-
sad that New Kids on the Block and NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, none of them had any staying power for solo music beyond Justin Timberlake.
Mm-hmm.
I give it to One Direction for having been able to have solo careers on their own.
I thought JC Chazé was going to do it, you know?
Remember Blowing Me Up with Her Love, his lead
course.
single?
Of course.
Unbelievable. The trumpets on that song, I
JC
defy
Chazé.
you not to dance.
Come on. It was like a drumline thing. It was great.
It was great. And then it was like, what the fuck are you doing with your life, JC?
And I think about this often. It was about 4 years ago now. I was just cruising TMZ as I do.
Go on.
And Chris Kirkpatrick, there was a video of him in a fucking karaoke bar singing Bye Bye Bye.
Yep.
That's as sad as it gets.
They have a lot of residuals, so they are still
fine.
financial means. But yes, I would argue the reason why they're so
He's texting Justin every other day.
they're
He's like,
just
"Come on, man."
lazy,
Yeah. Well, yeah.
right? They're lazy.
got
That's one
the
of the other
brand.
reasons I love like unknown rappers who have like 80 albums to their credit that you've never heard of any of them. It's like, how are you this prodigious? What are you getting back from this? Like you're able to tour, you're able to make a living. Like it blows my mind. And then there's like people like JC Chazé who arguably could have gone on and do whatever they want and they don't. They're like, no, I don't know. I didn't have the right production value on my video.
JC
What?
Chazé.
Soldier Boy recorded his first album in his closet off of a laptop his stepdad bought him that he didn't even like. The dad, the laptop was fine.
Looks
People
like
who can
JC
make-
Chazé spends most of his time writing for other people now.
Does he?
Does Soldier Boy still make music?
Yes.
Does he?
All the time.
I haven't heard much since.
It hasn't been
Since
good.
Crank That? Crank That seems like a minute ago.
Soldier Boy has this other project called Soldier Exotics, and it is weed. And I think he's imbuing of his own weed, and he is not nearly as good at music anymore.
Oh,
But that guy is a genius for real. I'm not even kidding. Like
Okay.
Soldier Boy, example. He wrote his entire first album himself at 16, made it on his own computer. Like Crank That, He's the only writer. He's the producer.
Oh, that was his first album.
That was his first album. He was 16, 14, 15. He wrote it himself, man.
Really?
The only other one like that I've ever heard of is Vanilla Ice. Wrote Ice Ice Baby in his house when he was 15.
So were these released when they were 15?
I mean, he's we don't talk about him anymore, but it's like the Kanye documentary.
Oh, yeah.
He was making all his own beats and they were smashes.
Yeah. Kanye's going to come back, man.
It just takes time.
He's going to have an album
Just takes time.
bangers to come back to.
Oh, I can't wait to see the
I
features.
forgive him.
Where's Drake's new album? Damn
Come
it.
on, man. What do you want? Shit. You want these people to be normal? You know how weird it'd be to be Kanye West? Of course, you're going to say crazy shit. What the fuck? Can you back it up with some jams? That's what I want to know.
Yeah,
I
put
need
it in a
jams.
song.
Yeah. Take
Put
all
in
the
a song,
crazy and
right.
channel it.
I'm still hoping. Fingers crossed in the new Drake album that we finally get my Drake Bieber collab.
Soldier Boy had a
that'd be
song
so
called
good.
Kiss Me Through the Phone.
Oh, I remember that one.
Big jam.
And he made one of the
Through the
very first
Phone.
apps. And it was to take a photo, drag in lips, and
Kiss.
send it to somebody.
Oh,
and then it
that's
would saying, kiss me through the phone. And then you would see. And he made like $1 million off his own app.
Yeah, those were kind of
his.
his two hits, weren't they?
Well, no, there's been fine songs ever since.
His top 40 hits.
I was like, kiss me through the phone. He had
Speakers
the phone,
Going Hammer. That's a track.
He had the
Pretty
phone
Boy
number
Swag.
in that song.
Pretty Boy
I
Swag.
Pretty
remember
Boy
calling
Swag's one
it.
I remember.
Yeah.
He looks nice.
He has a song called, and people hate it. I've actually heard from people that say, I like your podcast except when you talk about weird rappers. If you look up the song Whipping My Wrist, that is a very good Soldier Boy song.
Oh,
It's only about 4 years old. And
He's
it's
only 32. Fuck, he's been around
awesome.
forever.
I
He's
didn't
done
know
it
he
himself,
did,
man.
Rick and Morty as well. I didn't know that was
Rick and Morty, yeah. And then what was the other one? He had She Make It.
Turn my swag on.
Oh, that's a good track.
She make it clap.
That was when he said, I bet you I can make a #1 song on TikTok, even though he wasn't big on TikTok. And he did one dance and he was #1.
Donk.
That's a good track. Elastic Bands off his first album. That's about as deep cut as you'll get. He was the only rapper that wasn't scared of Gucci Mane when Gucci Mane first came out because he was such a thug, and he appeared on a Soldier Boy song because Soldier wasn't scared of him despite being like 16.
Gucci Mane.
Gucci Mane.
What was Gucci Mane all about?
That guy?
Yeah.
Look up his face tattoo. It's
He
nice.
went to jail. He's looking at new Gucci. Old Gucci, crazy.
Yeah,
and then he
well,
went to
yeah,
jail
old Gucci.
and straightened his life out, came out ripped.
Oh.
And yeah,
I use a Gucci
Oh.
Mane sample all the time in memes, Liam.
there you go.
It's the one who goes, yeah.
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 And then Gucci got an ice cream cone tattooed in his face and it said "Burr, burr" with lightning
it.
bolts.
Got it.
Oh, is this the side by side right here?
Before and
Liam has
after.
Googled Gucci Mane old.
He's
and
like
we're
the
now looking at
only
photos.
person to ever be rehabilitated in prison ever, which leads me to my second point that he has been cloned. There is a huge theory in the hip hop world that Gucci Mane was cloned and that this is a clone.
How about, did you guys ever speak about the lady on the plane that was saying like that person isn't real?
Oh,
That was kind of wild and no one talks about it.
To see
at all.
somebody that detached from
Yeah.
reality.
And was like,
Who wasn't real? I haven't seen this.
no, she was
Wait,
like
you
on
haven't
the
seen the
plane.
video?
She was on the plane.
yeah.
They're kicking her off.
Yeah. So she's
yelling.
like stood at the plane. She's like, I don't give a fuck what anyone else thinks on this plane. And you don't have to believe me, but that motherfucker isn't real.
And she's pointing at thin air.
Yeah. And then the memes are really funny because then it shoots to Scooby Doo in Scooby Doo 1 when he's dressed as a woman. That cracks me up.
If there's one good
really
thing about
weird.
everyone videoing everything now at all times,
The
is
memes.
The memes. If I can't watch a lady having a psychotic breakdown I've never met 15,000 miles away in real time, do we even have cell phones?
True.
The amount of brand accounts that have used that as a meme is like hilarious.
But it's-
Simultaneously, like, don't make fun of mental illness. That guy's not there. Buy a Hyundai. We're here with you, even when we're not with you on the plane.
Yep.
No way that car is real. No way these deals are real. No way this
Deal so good they can't be real.
Yeah, no way this low APR financing can be real.
Oh no.
but that was crazy.
Yeah.
And I know
Now
it's
I've
just-
got homework.
they're just a meme, but they might be onto something.
I didn't know that Leon was at the Harry Styles concert. We can't know everything happening at all times. It's exhausting.
I literally
Apparently,
got tagged.
Carrot Top was on the plane too. Sorry, Ken.
On that same plane?
Yeah, apparently Carrot Top was
He
on
pulls
the
out a
plane.
prop and he's just like,
Ain't the truth a weirder than fiction? Hey, and there he is, Carrot
Carrot
Top.
Top.
It's so funny, like how everyone is the center of their own universe. And when you see videos of like celebrities out And there'll be people who are like, oh, there it is. I saw Drake at the mall. I've been having the craziest Tuesday. And you're just like, this isn't about you. Drake had to go to the mall. You know what I'm saying? We were always just like, what? No way. Harry Styles and a Yogan Fruz. Could my weekend get any wilder? Like, what?
My dream.
Yeah.
Just to see him somewhere.
Have you met any of the One Direction gang?
No, not officially.
Not
no.
outside of the concert hall.
Yeah. Yeah. It's tough.
Maybe I'll see him all while I'm in England.
Well, can you tell him I say hi? And that he canceled my Vancouver date.
Doesn't Zayn live in the country with like Gigi Hadid's mom and he like beat her up or something?
Yeah.
Oh,
that
no.
nonsense.
And she said all he does is smoke weed all day. I don't think that makes people beat you up. I think you're probably a mean lady.
Yes.
Hadid mom.
Yeah.
They broke up, right?
They're on.
They have a kid though, right?
Yeah, they have a kid.
And
They broke up and they're kind of like, I don't know.
And he lives with her mum.
Don't yell at your mother-in-law and push her.
He didn't want their kid in
Problem
limelight.
solved.
Like he didn't want to show their kid's face like out. And she like Yolanda was like, I don't care. I'm doing my own thing, and had the kid's face
The
everywhere.
mother's name is
Yolanda Hadid.
Yolanda.
And the dad built that big house in London or in LA that never went through, right?
Something
The
like
one
that.
or something. It's like
Yeah.
this $200 million house. It
The
never got
Hadid
finished.
family's very weird.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
And then the one just got arrested for weed possession in the Cayman Islands.
Yeah.
But it's a misdemeanor.
Yeah. So it's like,
She paid a ticket and left.
yeah,
It ain't that bad. Liam,
was
calm
on-
down. She's not in jail.
it's okay.
I saw actually on Pop Base this past week
Mhm.
that Ariana Grande and her husband split up.
And she was seen at a concert with no ring and very blonde hair.
Oh,
Mhm.
was it really her?
I was
or
like,
she
what's up with
called?
her? Oh, she's divorced.
It's the same
Wow.
reason that Taylor Swift and her long-term boyfriend broke up, because they
Right
don't
before her
realize
tour. Really?
they realized that they had them during the pandemic.
And then she's just suddenly dating Maddie Healy suddenly for 3 weeks tops.
I thought she was
Please.
dating Fernando Alonso.
Yeah, I also thought he was dating
I don't think Taylor
Fernando
Swift
Alonso.
dated none of these guys. What do you think about that?
Joe Alwyn, like they were. I
He had
can
a
say with
longer contract
confidence,
than Jake Gyllenhaal signed. That's what I think.
I think they were about to get married, and then he didn't realize. He realized how big of a star that Taylor is because he had her during the pandemic, and that was chill at home Taylor. And then she's now doing this world
Mama's
tour.
got to go on tour.
And she's got to make the big bucks, and she's got to go out with security, and he's not having it.
Taylor Swift. Sorry.
No, I was going to change gears entirely. I'm blown away. This.
Hold on.
Oh.
Let's finish that thought then.
Go ahead.
Taylor Swift needs to look at Madonna and say, this is where an $800 million singer ends up if she just keeps doing her. You have to be married to Brazilian backup dancers in your mid-60s who are contractually obligated to do exactly what you say. Is this what you want? Shouldn't be.
Is Joe Alwyn the guy from Good Luck Charlie?
No,
that's a different Disney
he's
character.
He's
English? What? English. Thank you.
I caught
Why
myself.
is that offensive? What?
Because you would never ever say to a Scottish person, you're British. You would say you're Scottish or a Welsh person or an Irish person.
Those aren't all countries, by the way.
But
That's
the
all gibberish.
English, for whatever reason, are always British. No, we're English. We're not British.
What the hell is British then?
It's not. It is. It's. You're not wrong in saying.
Oh, then I'm right.
So you are British.
Okay, but like, is
no.
British a nationality? Can you get a passport that says British?
My passport says United Kingdom and Ireland.
Is it the same thing as if we just called each other North Americans?
Kinda. Like, do you know? I had this debate the other day. So I'm a bit of a geography guy.
This is bull. No wonder we left and made a call. People can't get their shit together.
So
Nothing there expressed to me why you should be angry.
because I'm English.
You're British.
Oh my God, I'm English.
But then what does British mean?
It just, I don't know.
Oh,
But you wouldn't say it to an Irish person and you shouldn't say it to me.
you know what I would say to someone from Wales? Nothing, because their language is indecipherable.
Yeah.
Looks like fucking Tolkien, Lord of the Rings shit. What would I say to them? Get an easier language to speak in, and maybe I'll tell you my thoughts.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So the other day I was doing
So mad at the Welsh. Look at these road signs.
I was taking a guess on how many countries there are in Europe. Does anyone know the answer?
Oh, continental Europe?
Yeah.
Would you include Russia?
Yes.
I'd have a guess. Bag milk? Would you have a guess?
I have no idea.
31.
Kennedy?
I was gonna say like 58.
What was the question again? I was
How
reading
many-
about whether English people get mad about being called British.
Is Liam a jerk? Google. Yes.
How many people?
This Reddit thread I'm reading, Liam, is on your side,
Yeah,
and they blame Americans.
Oh,
I do too.
how many countries in Europe? Focus on this.
50.
50 is the answer. 50 is the correct. There's 50 countries in Europe.
Fuck, I nailed it.
So I started listing them in a competition against my dad.
Ooh, this is good.
Yes,
For whose dad? The winner's the son?
the winner's a real dad.
Loser's the son?
So I listed off 50 and I got there first. And then I started like matching them up. I was like, well, it can't be 50 because I had missed some. I had missed like Czech Republic was one I missed. And there was
Like Macedonia part of it and like weird countries like that?
yeah, North Macedonia. Another one I missed was
Only
Moldova.
North. Oh.
So I like looked on this list and they put the United Kingdom under one country instead of being like England, Ireland, Scotland, and Wales.
Wales.
Infuriating stuff.
Wales.
So there's
Shut up,
actually
Wales.
53 countries in Europe.
Wales is like, you have to include us. We have our own language. So there's how many? 53?
53. But don't Google it because they'll be wrong. Just listen to me.
Have you seen people talking to people in the States on the street and they're like, name a continent and they can't?
Yeah,
That's all fake too.
I hope so.
It is. That's why Will Smith and Chris Rock is fake.
How-
If you're going to take the trouble to fake a street interview where people look stupid,
Have you ever seen the one where the girl's like, I cheated on my boyfriend with a player from the Tampa Bay Lightning? You never saw that?
that Chicago GM, fake. I guarantee you that's fake.
The Kyle from Chicago.
Yes, it's fake.
Yeah. So this
It's good,
girl,
though.
it was a
It's so
Jimmy
good.
Kimmel clip, and the girl was like, "What's something you've done that you never told your boyfriend?" And I think he was like her ex-boyfriend or something like that at the time. And she was like, "I slept with someone on the Tampa Bay Lightning."
Corey Perry.
And and they
I thought we were guessing.
weaseled it down that she gave him the initials, and it was TJ, and there was only one player on the Tampa Bay Lightning who it was. So the guy goes, Tyler Johnson,
That's what I was-
and she goes, I gotta go.
Oh my God.
Wonder who it could have been.
Probably Tyler Johnson.
Yeah, suspiciously.
It's probably from the same account that had that video about Connor. There was some guy getting interviewed and he was like, oh, who was your girlfriend like hooked up with or whatever? And his girlfriend had kissed Connor McDavid. So then he was like, I have technically kissed Connor McDavid. And he was so excited. It's probably the same account.
We've all thought about it.
If you could 3D print celebrity lips and kiss them at home, would you?
No,
What? I would.
I would, yeah.
I wouldn't say it on the radio.
You can buy like a 3D mold of lips and kiss them.
But I want very specific eras like Elizabeth Hurley in 1999.
Fantastic choice, sir. That'll be $39.
Done. Sold. I will expense it.
Guess I'm kissing Elizabeth Hurley tonight before bed, Grandma. Bye. Go upstairs in a silk robe.
This is now a business podcast. So we can just keep coming up with ideas
Yeah.
to make money.
We got Elizabeth Hurley on one pillow, Natalie Portman on the other pillow. I'm just kissing back and forth.
You'll be sleeping tonight. We'll be wiped right out. All this celebrity kissing.
Wait.
If you could kiss any celebrity, Bag Milk, dead or alive,
Yep.
who you kiss?
I'm glad
Well,
you
I
said
kissed Tyler Yaremchuk.
Celebrity.
That one's crossed off. Dead or alive, eh?
Present day. So hold on, wait.
Present day.
Anyone is at the height of their powers. You just have to say the year and who you want to smooch.
Ooh. I'm going to go. Yeah, I'm going to go Christina Aguilera during the dirty era.
Oh, it's a good song.
Smoking hot.
Yeah, that's a good
Is she
one.
wearing
She was-
boxing gloves in the kiss?
Always.
Are you in a boxing ring with Redman for the kiss?
That's right.
Just like the dirty video
Mm-hmm.
featuring Redman.
I had posters of her on my wall, Liam.
Liam, who you kissing?
I just
Jennifer, no.
Jennifer Aniston.
Which season of Friends?
Ooh, nice.
Probably early 2000s Jennifer Aniston, I would think. Yeah, let's go there.
Kennedy?
Yeah, I was like, how many other guys can I like fit into? Yeah. Well, obviously Leon, but he doesn't count because everybody just knows.
Well, it still can be your wish.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's my wish.
Yeah. That's your wish?
Probably.
Leon be your top celebrity to kiss?
Yeah, I think so.
For me,
Chris,
it's
Chris
present day
Evans is up
Madonna.
there too. Chris Evans is up there
Because it's
too.
very cushy.
I want to kiss Madonna
I
now.
want to see what it's like.
Today.
Yeah.
Push the Brazilian backup dancer out of the way. Say, come here, Madge.
I'd like to kiss Cher today.
Present day?
Yeah. I'd like to see what's doing there.
That's outrageous. You know who I think my celebrity crush is in Hollywood right now? And there hasn't really been anyone that tickled my fancy for quite a while. I used to be in love with Natalie Portman.
Okay.
long ago.
Star Wars era?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I too was a youth. So there was some,
Yeah. No explanation needed.
well, it was a bit much. It was my first Jordan Everly, if you catch my drift. Probably Margot Robbie is the hottest.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a lot of press for Barbies. I've seen a lot, but like,
But Margot Robbie, specifically Wolf of Wall Street.
Yes.
oh, she's
One specific scene.
when she's all crazy and shit, and you're like, it's worth half, whatever.
She was
Which one?
incredible in that movie.
The one in, she's got shoes on.
Ah, yes. That's, yeah.
We all know that scene.
How about that trend on Twitter right now? People say Margot Robbie
Starts laughing.
is mid.
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
I've seen this trend.
Unbelievable.
It's- Yeah.
Mid, which means
Oh my
average.
God. Who do you know?
No.
You
Yeah.
fucking weirdos. Hotter than
I hate
Margot.
the
People will do
internet.
anything for a like nowadays.
Oh,
No.
Not me.
mid at
I will
all.
never stand on that side.
No.
If you were going to pick a name to cause an internet controversy and say that they're mid, who would your name be? If not Margot Robbie.
They're mid.
Yeah.
Oh no. I'd have to have a think.
Would you kiss Little Kim for $10,000?
Lil' Kim now?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You should probably blow a lip.
She wouldn't even feel it.
No.
I can't think of anybody. Megan Fox. I never really was into Megan Fox. I always thought
Transformers era or now Megan Fox?
Transformers era Megan Fox?
Transformers era Megan Fox might have not been my style either. Now play my button.
All right. Stand by.
Joe's barbecue and foot massage. Joe's barbecue and foot massage.
I kiss him for the foot massage.
I'd kiss him after the foot massage.
Quick one. Just a quick
Thank
kiss.
you. Yeah. Well, who would yours be?
that?
Your mid declaration.
So I'm just saying somebody that sucks that everyone likes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Kelly Ripa. I hate Kelly Ripa. You know who I really don't like, but I don't think she's mid, but Kelly Ripa's mid.
Kelly Ripa.
Kelly Ripa, you know. And then the lady who's on the brick, not the brick. Yeah. The Lazy Boy ads. Who's the Lazy Boy ad lady? She's always on the Lazy Boy ad. She's like, I'm in my living room and my life is so hard.
Was Kelly Ripa in How I Met Your Mother?
No, she's a
Oh,
talk show host.
Kristen Bell.
I do not like Kristen.
I don't like Kristen Bell
She is
either.
mid street.
I was never a fan of Kim Kardashian.
How interesting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that too.
All her movies, you shouldn't like those.
Well, the movies
Her
are fine.
albums.
The albums?
Oh, there's no discernible talent whatsoever, is what you're telling me. What's there to get mad at?
She didn't get to have a banger like Stars Are Blind by Paris Hilton. You know?
Skims is worth $4 billion.
Mama.
Just got revalued. I can see it. It's huge.
Huge.
Did you see the thing the other day where the girl said that she was like shot or stabbed or something and wearing that brand saved her life? It was
Yeah.
tight on her body. It just like compacted the blood and it wouldn't come out.
I
saw
think
that too.
society's going in a fine direction. I don't think we have anything to worry about. Did you hear Skims can hold your guts in when you get clipped at the mall?
Kennedy, who don't you understand that everybody likes?
I'm literally like trying to think, and the only thing that's coming to my head is just any of like the K-pop like stands.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Because I'm like, there's so many of them. I'm like, how do you keep track? And like, I get the fandom world of stuff, but I don't know. I'm just never really gotten into
I don't
them.
like any of that music.
No.
Although that BTS did have a great song with Halsey. Right?
Yeah.
That was her name.
Yeah, I think so.
It's crazy how they just keep trying to market K-pop to like North Americans, and they're just like, let's try again. Everyone's like, let's try again. And then Gangnam Style, like, oh yeah. And they're like, perfect, let's try again. Let's try again. Meh.
I watched Psy in like a stadium in Korea recently.
Yeah, and they said he's still packing stadiums in 2020.
And he did Gangnam Style and the whole place did the dance. It is wild to watch.
That is a crazy one.
That's nuts.
Yeah, Psy was here for a sigh.
a good time, but not a long time.
Length of a sigh.
You know?
I saw the one guy that's part of BTS that went solo on his own, the Justin Timberlake of BTS.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was on Fallon. And how he talks is so strange, man.
Yeah.
Because he like knows there's so many like still photos of all of his appearances being taken and stuff. He's like doing all these poses while he's talking, so that if you were to look at like 10 shots of his interview with Jimmy Fallon, he'd have 10 wildly different expressions.
Yeah, like
You can tell when he's talking, he's just like, ooh.
We should have Tyler do that.
yeah, make bank. Oh.
And then Fallon's like, I've never in my life seen this many fans for anyone ever in the history of this show. And he's like,
Yeah.
ooh,
They make like these photo card things, and it's basically like hockey card kind of trading vibes, but they sell them online for like ridiculous amount of money.
They're all EFTs?
No, like they're physical.
real?
They're physical. Like I've seen people buy them and they're like, oh, it's like basically like a Polaroid kind of thing. And they sell for like $50 to like $600.
Just like selfies they take on the road and shit?
No, like they're just pictures like you were saying about clipping on like Jimmy Fallon or something. And they take these pictures and they're photo cards and they trade and stuff. Like that world kind of like confuses me. But yeah, I have hockey cards, but I've stopped myself because
it's interesting that you say like the North American thing with BTS.
Yeah.
Because I was curious. I was like, how many albums has BTS sold?
Mm-hmm.
They are third place over the last 30 years.
Yeah.
With 100 million albums sold, behind only Taylor Swift in second and Eminem somehow in first.
Having a feral moment.
Yeah.
Eminem's number one?
Eminem's number one.
What's the rest of the top 5?
Yeah.
Top 10. Let's do top 10.
Yeah.
If available.
Kim Kardashian, 4th place.
Yes.
They don't go that far.
One Direction's got to be in there.
Yeah. They have
Drake, boy
Bieber.
Drizzy.
Drake, yeah.
Taylor Swift, BTS, Britney Spears is in there. Adele obviously is in there. That makes sense. Coldplay, Rihanna, Backstreet Boys, Justin Bieber, and Queen Bee.
Wait,
Where's Drizzy Drake?
no one.
Drizzy Drake isn't in there.
when's this bit? When was this from?
Yeah, this could be old. 2022. That doesn't make sense that Drake's not in here.
That's crazy.
Anyway, Backstreet Boys are very funny. They shot up like a pistol in the late 90s, and then that whole album sales kind of flatlined from there.
Brian Luttrell has aged well.
But he's losing his voice.
Is he?
Yeah.
Wait, a heart condition.
That too.
So that has to be connected.
There's that documentary from a handful of years ago where he goes through it.
Kevin Richardson's eye job should be put in the worst eye job Hall of Fame.
Kevin Richardson was old when Backstreet Boys launched in the
He
90s.
got like, it looks like he got eye surgery to remove his old man eyes in the back of a moving quad as they drove through a field. And the surgeon was like, when this quad comes to a stop, you will have new eyelids, Kevin Richardson.
Next up on Jackass, and they're all old. We're going to remove Steve-O's eyelids from the moving car.
He looks terrifying. He looks like he's squinting, but he's also got like really wide eyes. It's terrifying.
Deer in headlights kind of looking.
It's got to be plastic surgeon induced. He didn't used to look like this. He was like 45 when Backstreet came out.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right.
he was a Backstreet man.
Yeah. Nick's like, I'm 16. He's like, I'm not. Everything's so crazy. All these teenage girls. Kevin's like, I have my own teenage girls at home.
Yes.
44.
Yeah, they're going into grade 10.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it.
There you have it.
Not one word about the Oilers, eh, kids?
We spoke about Ben Eager.
That's true. He was a disappointment.
That's back-to-back podcasts now that we spoke about Ben Eager. Back-to-back weeks, sorry. We spoke about him on ONR.
Raphael Lavoie signed a contract. There you go.
Yeah. Ryan McLeod still not signed. Probably won't be signed.
I phoned Gregor the other day. He said, sorry, I got to go. I'm having an interview with Raphael Lavoie. And I said, well, okay.
You did. You can read it at oilersnation.com.
Yeah.
There you go. Lastly, I just want to, before we wrap it up, Liam.
All right.
Watch out for the Oilers Nation socials for some Oodle Noodle hot box content coming out over the next couple of weeks. This thing is on fire. Not for me, but for Liam. I actually found it quite enjoyable.
Oh, I sweated. Have you had it?
No.
Oh, boy, oh, boy.
The hot box from Oodle Noodle. Habaneros, Wanye.
I'm ashamed to say I cannot think of the last time I ate Oodle Noodle.
Well,
Owner of the company. I think I'm legally obligated to eat Oodle Noodle once a week.
maybe today.
At the start of the show, you talked about how you always eat on the go.
Well, Oodle Noodle doesn't have a drive-through.
But you can run it. You can, order on your phone or something.
What?
Not great for like
He's doing the
drive
ad read
snacking,
to you now.
You know how fast I'm driving? Can we just whiz past an Oodle Noodle on my app and have them throw it to me as I drive by? What are the odds?
That's service.
What
Yeah.
are the odds?
My roommate eats Oodle Noodle all the time. And the other day, we had Oodle Noodle here on July 1st for Free Agency Day. And I took some of it home. And the next day I opened up the garbage and there was a box of Oodle Noodle in there. And I was like, did that mother trucker
We made
eat my
memes
Oodle
about this,
Noodle?
Wanye.
And I opened up the fridge and like mine was still there. And I opened up his side of the fridge and he had like 5 boxes of
Ah.
Oodle Noodle. Like, oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. We do
We thought it
make
was the
memes about
classic
this.
Oodle Noodle meme where the roommate ate your leftovers.
That
God,
jerk, that's
yeah.
meme. That's what we say to Oodle Noodle.
That's exactly
We
right.
only have about 4 jokes we have come up with to make memes.
Yep.
Which reminds me, if I sent you a video bottom half of this frame and then like meme headline at the top, so basically like a video
can
meme,
work that out.
you can make that?
Yep.
Get a little work done on the podcast.
I got
Jack of all trades.
got some new meme apps on my phone.
For those who don't know, Bag Milk and I have been, well, you've been doing it since the Noodle social media forever.
I started the Twitter account.
Yeah. In like what, 2010?
Ish.
And then we've been doing the memes since like 2016 together.
Yeah.
So that's 7 good years of noodle memes.
Quality content.
There's 10,000 followers almost on Insta. Are most of those bots? Yes. Yes, they are. But 4,000 of them have to be real.
Maybe.
I don't know. Not
Nation's
a lot of
gonna
likes.
hit 100K soon.
Not a lot of likes. Oilers Nation, on the other hand, is not followed by robots. It is followed by almost 100,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to give away something Mr. Beast style?
We're gonna try to. I was talking to Jay about it. We want to give away 100 of something.
We're gonna
100 spring rolls.
Crash a train. You see his
Into a hole.
Mr. Beast video.
It was great
yeah.
because it was like a compilation of bits.
It was super weird the way he filmed it because it looked like some of it when it was like computerized, but it was computerized so well that I was confused about what the real parts were on some of it. It's a great video, Mr. Beast. Did you see that thing he did yesterday where he's like, this video cost me $3 million, but I only got 200,000 revenue from the video. And then his next slide was go buy Feastables.
His Feastable thing crushes.
Yeah. His burger thing is an unbelievable way he does it. Have you ever seen how he does it?
Oh yeah, the ghost kitchens.
Yeah, like he doesn't actually. I think he might now have a few
But
restaurants.
they're free. So he has when they first opened up, and it was just free for promotional.
Oh yeah, that's right. 'Cause I think he put
There
that
was
in a
one-
It was
video.
like 12 kilometers of cars on opening.
There was a
day.
ghost
Yeah.
kitchen here that had beast burger.
I
Yeah,
ordered a
there's
Mr.
some-
Beast burger.
How was
It was
it?
delicious.
Yeah,
Good.
But I can't say that like there was a unique innovation in
No.
burger technology, but it was very
Just
good.
His fan base is though just rabid.
because he's so good.
His content's great.
His content's great.
It will end poorly. We all agree?
I don't
I
think so.
hope not with him. I hope it
Come on,
changes.
it ends poorly for everybody. Look at Madonna. How
Oh,
can Mr.
60-year-old Mr. Beast.
Like
Come on.
if now Mr. Beast is 42 years old, he makes $20 million a movie and executed somebody live on YouTube Shorts the other day, brought to you by Valvoline. Like it can't have a happy ending. You'd have to retire.
That's what he should do. He needs the Tom from MySpace.
You should sell his back catalog and dip.
Yep.
Did you see what his plan is for like if he dies unexpectedly? He has like a plan for it, and it's a video. And apparently, the 3 main guys, Chris, the other 2, Carl and Chandler, they all have to put their hands on his casket, and the last one to leave gets all his stuff. He's like said this in multiple interviews. Like, this is how it'll go.
That's
if I
funny.
die unexpected, he's like, hopefully we never have to film that video.
He's doing all the things that dictators do on their path to living alone in a giant palace surrounded by Ferraris. He's starting a town. He's
What?
buying all the houses on the cul-de-sac. He's got a huge warehouse complex. He's got where
Yeah.
now he never leaves. Soon he'll be living in Vegas with Howard Hughes jars of urine. It's not going to go well. It can't go well. You can't be that
Don't do it,
famous,
Mr.
that
Beast.
young,
Don't do it.
I don't know.
and move through the world that solo. Like he doesn't have a record label. He doesn't have the other bandmates of B2K. It's just him.
But he has so many other things.
I like that I read an interview with him where he just lived in a normal guy house and then people just kept coming to his house.
Yeah.
How about that thing,
Yeah.
which is genius? He has Mr. Beast Espanol, whatever
Yeah,
it is.
70% of his page views are views rather on YouTube are translations of his original account.
That's why when you're on
Crazy.
when you're on vacation, you need to learn Spanish so we can do Oilers Nation every day on Espanol.
But that's why one day he's going to fly
Yes.
a Ferrari jet into One World Trade or
So-
some crazy shit because that's the only way he can up his last video.
I wonder if someone will die in one of his videos and that's how it'll end.
No, he'll go nuts.
I don't think it'll go as crazy as like the Paul brothers did, but like
The Paul brothers are phenomenal though. Like the fact that he can legitimately fight that well despite just being a YouTube guy, like, oh, and I'm also like a world ranked amateur boxer. That's impressive.
Curious what's going to happen with their caffeinated drinks.
Nothing good, man. Nothing good.
Did you see the thing the other
It's like
day?
4 cups of coffee. or
Nothing
something.
good. Nothing
Yeah.
good.
There was Canada is like banned the energy drink because it has too much whatever and it's not even been released in Canada yet. It's like, oh boy. Just have a Gatorade.
Meanwhile, they let Pampers sell child-side cigarettes. Jeez. 2 puffs.
2 puffs and you're done.
That's all you get.
Singles.
It's kid size.
You can buy individuals.
Yeah, have one.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you have it.
Did you know they used to sell cigarettes in maternity wards? Like there was ladies called candy stripers that would walk around selling chocolate, gum, smokes to people in a hospital bed.
I smoked a cigarette in the Thai hospital once.
What a boy.
Yeah, I was waiting for my buddy to get stitches.
Indoors?
Oh, yeah, I was in the lobby. I was like, can I smoke in here? She's like, whatever.
It's a hospital.
It's like, cool.
If you die, we'll treat you.
Yeah, you're in the right place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
are we all good?
What if all of Mr. Beast's buddies are dead too?
Then he'll have to just make new friends. To be fair, he's fired a lot of people from his channel. He'll just rotate through.
Has he really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't gone that far back in the catalog.
There was actually, do you know Big Brother last year? There was a guy called Turner.
Yes.
He was on Mr. Beast.
Oh,
and he got fired.
I like Turner.
Yeah.
This is part of his undoing. He's like, hi, you're fired. Trust me. This isn't going to end well.
And then Turner, his name is Matt Turner on YouTube, put out this video about how Mr. Beast is so bad and all this stuff. And then Mr. Beast just basically put out another video being like, I'll let you know this is what happened. And then put it out.
Oh, now I got to do some homework.
Yeah.
I got to do some homework. I'll be YouTubing all night. Mr. Beast.
There's a ton of guys.
Scandal.
Ton of them. There you go.
There you have it.
There you have it. I Believe I Can Fly is a great song.
It is.
R. Kelly's friends probably knew something was wrong early on and said nothing.
Well,
Mr. Beast. R. Kelly.
Major killer.
All right.
We the best.
Goodbye, everybody.
Have a great weekend, everybody.